Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Welcome to a brand new week of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. Adam Winkler here with you. This week we're joined by Hailey Robbins. She is a student out there at Crowder College. She is the president of the Vet Tech Club. And Hailey, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, exciting times out there at Crowder College. You guys are ready to host your first annual Bark Fest on October 26th at 5 p.m. And just give us the background information. Where did the idea for Bark Fest come from?
Well, we just kind of had our officer meeting, and we were trying to come up with some ideas, some new things that we could do, draw some attention to the program, maybe do a little bit of fundraising and things like that. And we knew we wanted to do something fall related. It's, perfect time. Everybody loves a good fall festival. We wanted to do some kind of pet costume contest, and we were trying to figure out how to do all these things, but not necessarily different dates. So we thought, okay, let's just have one big event. Let's do all the things all at once. So, we have come up with, there's going to be food, there's going to be games, prizes for everything. We're going to have the pet costume contest, like I mentioned. We're having a best trick show, so basically like a talent show, treat walk. I don't know if anybody's ever participated in like a cake walk. It's kind of like musical chairs in a way, but it's a little bit different. You land on the number and then you get the prize. So that'll be, instead of getting cake, obviously you're going to get, dog treats, dog toys, that kind of a thing. We will be having our sweetest senior contest, so any pets that are 7 years or older, and a peanut butter licking contest. That one is going to be super fun. So that's kind of mostly what we've come up with thus far. We are going to have a raffle, but we're not sure yet if that's going to be tied into the Bark Fest or just kind of a side thing.
So this fundraiser for the veterinary technology program out there at Crowder College, what are these funds going to be used for?
Nothing's necessarily allocated to a specific event yet, but we do have lots of things that we do. Obviously, our equipment, things like that. We go on some trips. So we've already went on one trip this semester to the Fetch, which is a conference up in Kansas City. So our first years will get to participate in that next fall. We're going to a clinic in Oklahoma here in a couple of weeks where we're going to get to visit a large equine clinic and things like that. So basically just anything that's going to help better the education of, the students and help make the program itself better.
We're speaking with Hailey Robbins on this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. She is a sophomore out there at Crowder College, a second-year student. She is the president of the Vet Tech Club, and we're talking about Bark Fest coming up on October 26th at 5 p.m. on the campus of Crowder College here in Neosho. Participants are encouraged to bring their dogs, and we heard Hailey talk about the many different things that will be going on, including the pet costume contest, the best trick show, the treat walk, the sweetest senior, and the peanut butter licking contest. And tell me about the Vet Tech program out there at Crowder College and some of the other animals that you learn about. We know that you learn about dogs and cats and horses, but what are some of the other animals you learn about as well?
So, like you said, we've got the dogs and cats. The ag department allows us to use their horses, cows, sheep. I know we have some chickens now as well. We get to go to the zoo, and we'll look at some of those exotic animals. In the springs, we get rabbits and rats. We get to look at a lot of really cool, interesting things, and the learning that we do is just immense.
Do people need to register for this event, or is it something they just can show up and participate in?
Yep, you just show up. There's no pre-registering or anything like that. There's no fees, so it's free to show up. All the contests and everything are free. All the proceeds or the prizes, everything like that are all donated or sponsors from local businesses. And on the day of the Bark Fest, we will kind of give a shout out to all of our sponsors and those that have, really helped out and been helpful for us with that as well.
Well, it's a chance to grab man's best friend and come out to Crowder College on October 26th. It's the first ever Bark Fest out there on the campus of Crowder College. And I imagine if people had more questions about BarkFest, they could call Shauna Eastep, the Vet Tech Program Director and Instructor out there at Crowder College at 417-451-5590. Is that correct?
Yes. The only requirement that we do have is a proof of rabies vaccine. So just make sure if you're bringing your pet to bring that proof of rabies with you so that we can make sure everybody's, safe and everything like that.
Well, Hailey, it sounds like a lot of fun. Best wishes to you guys as you have the first ever BarkFest coming up there on October 26th at Crowder College.
Thank you so much again for having me on here, and I am very grateful for the opportunity to share this with you guys and hope to see everybody and all your furry friends.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.